Well, hey there, everybody. I'm Nancy Fox. I'm CEO of Fractional Connections and ProductWise. And I wanted to do this really quick video to talk a little bit about some of the mistakes and some of the wrong kind of networking that I see so many people doing when they are launching, growing, or trying to grow their fractional or consulting or advisory business, or when they're about to launch a new product in their productized services. So it really doesn't matter what business sector that you are in or what your business objectives are. We know that we should always be networking. And if you really want to take that one step further, which I highly recommend, you really want to always be networking with the right people. Now, this doesn't mean to be transactional about it. It doesn't mean that it's not good to meet a lot of great people and have great conversations. But if you are not focused on meeting the right people, the right decision makers, the right influencers, you are going to be investing a lot of time and energy and usually a lot of money in the wrong places. So I want to give you several tips today about what not to do, and then give you some tips about what you should be doing. Okay, first, big wrong. Do not join the lowest cost groups. I know most of you think that your networking should be inexpensive because there's so much of it out there. But let me say that you get what you pay for. If you are going to go to the lowest cost groups, you're going to meet the least, those folks who value networking the least and don't spend as much effort or don't have the right business behind them to be able to afford being in the right groups. So that's going to lead you to the caliber of people that spend the least amount of money. So I don't have to say anything more about that. I know people that literally have bought first class tickets on airlines to go somewhere, literally to sit in the first class section so that they will meet more of the right people. And it's not a bad idea because you get what you pay for. So you want to be very thoughtful about what you should be investing in your networking and where the right people are going and where they're hanging out. And it might make sense to spend a little bit more money in order to meet the right people and go to fewer events and get more results that way, get a better traction for your ideal market. The second wrong thing people do is they don't do enough research on where they're going to network. I'll give you an example. A client came to me after he had already made this investment. He invested in buying a table at a conference, and the conference developer told him that he was going to be in front of all these business owners who had multi-million-dollar businesses and revenue, right? So he took him at his word. He bought the table, he bought the booth, invested in the whole thing. He spent about $18,000. And when he got to the event, the entire event was filled with entrepreneurs who were in their first year, had not even hit $100,000 in revenue. They were he said he didn't meet one business owner that had hit the $1 million mark yet. And when he went back to talk to the event developer, couldn't be found. So he didn't do enough research. He didn't really look into the history of the event. And if I had known about that, I certainly would have told him not to actually buy the table. Actually, he could have gotten the same benefit, even if he had gone to the event and not bought the table, as he did buying the table. So, and spending all that money, he could have saved $18,000. The third wrong thing that most people do when they start their networking, when they ramp up their networking, is they really focus on finding referral partners. Now, I am all for referrals. Everybody loves referrals. However, not all referrals are created equal. And your referrers can only refer people to you when they actually run into people who are in need of your services or speaking up about it. And very often the kinds of referrals that they're sending you are not qualified. They're not ready to buy. They don't have the mindset to invest in you. Or they're just kicking tires, or there's just mentioned that they might be looking for somebody with your services. So that's why building your circle of referral partners is good, but it's not as good as building your inner circle of actual decision makers who are in your sweet spot and can actually sign your engagement letters or your contracts or be your hirer. So focusing only on referrals is one of the no-nos that I say. And then my last tip for you is one of the wrongest thing people do is they wait until there's a book that Harvey McKay wrote, and he said, dig your well before you're thirsty. Most people do not do that. They dig their well only when they are thirsty. So what I mean by that is they start networking up a storm after a client is completing with them, or they start to see that their business is going to start contracting, or they start networking when they see that they're going to lose their job. All of that is too late. You need to be building your network and building your network with the right people consistently, ongoingly, continually. So always be networking with the right people, and your results are going to be so much better. Your influence is going to be so much better. The quality of your clients is going to be so much better. And also your personal brand is going to skyrocket. So avoid these wrong don't do's, and your networking is going to be so much stronger and so much better. And it'll be so much more worth it. All right, you guys, see you next time. Bye-bye.